Okay, welcome. I believe we're recording now. Welcome, everyone. My name is Anna Maria Lorenzo, and I am sharing with you from the United States. So I'm so excited to be able to, and very honored to be able to present to you as an extension of your resources there that you have in Malta. I've heard so much about Malta and how beautiful it is, and I've seen the photos, and I am actually planning on coming out for a visit, so I cannot wait to be able to experience the beauty of what you all get to see every single day there. So thank you so much for having me to be able to share. I am invited here by Federico, Natasha, and Vanessa. If you are watching this, you're watching this as a replay, and what we are going to do is go over just a couple of things before I get started and further introduce myself. But as you are watching this, I'd like for you to get out a piece of paper and a pencil and write down some notes and any questions that you may have for the individual that shared this video with you. That way you can reach out and ask those questions. We're all here to support you and to steer you into the right direction. But so welcome. doTERRA is the #1 essential oil company in the world, and not only do we share essential oils, but we are actually a wellness company. So what I'm going to cover with you today is actually the basics, the foundations of natural alternatives to healthcare. So basically, anytime that you have any minor issue or a health concern, just instead of having to go to the store, to the supermarket, or to the pharmacy for something over the counter, you have something at your fingertips at all times. You could actually resolve over 80% of your health issues right at home. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste as to what that looks like as we dive into this a little bit. And of course, there's no pressure or anything for you to have to buy anything. The purpose of this class is to educate you and empower you with knowledge that's going to help you with natural ways of resolving certain things. And of course, if there's anything that you see that you're really interested in, and this is something that you would like to get started with yourself, then reach out to the individual that shared this with you, and they will absolutely help you get started. Okay? So let me see here. I actually pulled up a PDF instead of a PowerPoint, so I hope you can see that okay. Does everybody see that all right? Okay. So before we get started with the most used and the most popular oils and products that doTERRA users start out with, I'd like to just share a little bit about why doTERRA, okay? And before I get into exactly why doTERRA, that kind of leads me into a little bit more about me. So again, my name's Anna Maria, and I'm currently living in Jacksonville, Florida. So I'm here in the United States, and I have over 20 years in healthcare, okay? So as a healthcare professional who really was not ever exposed to natural alternatives, I saw patients come in and day out looking for help for minor issues and the most common things, right? You would see stress, anxiety, sleep, stomach issues, and things like that. So we would see it constantly. Every doctor's office has their most common reasons why patients come in. And then, of course, it varies from there. But over the years, I had experienced the same thing over and over. Patients coming in, they come in for prescription, they leave, they come back, they probably still have the same issue. It wasn't until I actually wound up sick myself that I discovered a better way. And I actually came down with a tumor. So I had a tumor in my skull, precancerous, and so of course those symptoms at first were headache, I was having body aches, just lots of issues that was coming along with that, and not understanding why I was having these headaches and the neck pain that I was having and so on. The doctors were trying to figure it out. Eventually discovering that I actually had a tumor, and I went right into questioning why this happened and how I could have avoided this and how could I get rid of this. So I went into researching. And of course, doctors, we have to give them a little bit of credit here. They're not trained on natural alternatives in med school, right? They're trained to diagnose and to treat, and there is a time and place for everything. And I think that the beautiful thing about natural alternatives is that the merging of the two, right? There's a time and place to see your doctor, but then there's also a time and place that we are able to understand that we can handle most of these issues at home. So after discovering I had my tumor, I went into doing some research and to discover possible reasons as to why this happened. I didn't want this to happen again, right? So understanding how the things that we eat and put into our body affects the way that our body runs, affects the way that our cells react. And so over the years, not paying attention to what I was eating, not really worrying about it. I wasn't overweight. I really didn't have any reason to worry about that. I had a fast metabolism. I wasn't understanding that I was creating a toxic environment within my body. The things that you put on, like your perfumes and your lotions, certain junk foods, things that are really not food, but we eat them anyway. Our body is organic, and so it readily accepts organic naturally. When we start to introduce synthetic, the body starts to react in a way to try to figure out what to do with that and how to process that. So the breaking down of that process becomes a little, heavy for our system. Our filters get clogged, our cells get clogged with things that really don't belong there, and then we start to feel sluggish and things start to work a little off. So understanding that, I did the research and it led me into natural alternatives, which is what I'm about to present to you now. So the reason I'm actually here sharing my experience and a little bit about essential oils is because this was absolutely life-changing for me. And I'm extremely passionate about changing the lives of others with just simply empowering them with the same information that really truly opened my eyes. So I then needed to figure out, okay, so I know I need essential oils. I know I need natural health options and natural solutions. Where do I get this? Because everywhere you turn, you can purchase a product. You can get an essential oil. You can go to the pharmacy. You can go to the store, the Whole Foods. They're everywhere. Amazon, it's overwhelming. So my question was, which one do I start with? So of course, because I was in major need of therapeutic support, not just physically, but emotionally as well. I mean, that, you go through quite a bit when you discover there's something going on. I needed to research quality. And that's how I discovered doTERRA. So in discovering that doTERRA, number one, is the largest essential oil company in the world. Why is that, right? It's because of the quality and the fact that they are pure, they are therapeutic grade. Not every oil that you find out there that says it's pure is actually pure. They have fillers in there, which, they've added certain things to them. They cannot ensure that they're actually, not contaminated with something. But with doTERRA, the plants are sourced all around the world. So basically, when we take an oil and it's natural, right? You're extracting the oils from the plants and the trees and the bark and so on. The plants that are being grown in its natural habitat, in its natural environment, are actually helping with the quality and the potency of that oil. So if you were to take lavender, for instance, and plant it in your backyard and grow it, you're going to be able to extract oil from that lavender with no problem, I'm sure. But it's just not going to be the same potency and the same quality as you would get as if you were harvesting the lavender from where it naturally grows. Perfect soil, the environment's ideal for it, and so on. So the lavender that I can yield and the lavender, coming from its indigenous area is going to be a little different. And that's important, especially for therapeutic support. So we're harvesting it at the opportune time, the right time. Every batch is rigorously tested by a third party that ensures that we absolutely do have pure oil that's absent from any kind of toxins or contaminants in there, any microorganisms, and it ensures the presence of desired therapeutic properties. All right, so we know that every time we open a bottle, it is exactly what it says it is. It is pure. Okay, so essential oils are the extracts from plants, basically. Okay, so again, you find them in the seeds, in the bark of a plant, stems, the roots, flowers, and other parts of a plant. You can even, our citrus oils are not actually the juice of the citrus. For instance, the lemon, right? You squeeze out the lemon juice, and you get your lemon. With our essential oils, it's actually coming from the rind of the citrus. So we're not eating the rind naturally, so we're missing out on the chemical components of that are really amazing for our body. So with the oil, you get those properties and that you can benefit from. And of course, with the lemon essential oil, and I'll get to that here in just a second, it doesn't have that acidic component to it, so it's not gonna disturb the enamel of your teeth, and so it's safe. You can add it to your water and actually drink it because it's pure. So our oils are very concentrated, right? So less is, of course, more. So with anything concentrated, if you think about that, you only need a teeny little bit with something that's concentrated. So 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So if you were to use your peppermint to settle an upset stomach, then you would actually have to drink 20 cups of peppermint tea to get the same benefit you would with that 1 drop of that oil. All right, so very, very potent, very concentrated. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. All right, so if you kind of think about that, a bottle is probably going to last you quite a while. There's different ways to use your oils. You can use them aromatically, topically, and internally. Not every oil can be ingested, and I'll get to that in a minute, and I'll explain to you how you can tell with doTERRA's essential oils. Let's talk about aromatically, just really quick, right? So when you have an essential oil, because it is coming from nature, and if you really think about it, the chemical makeup of a plant is very similar to the chemical makeup of our body. It is so similar that when ingesting it, it's a very synergistic effect, right? Because our body is ready to receive that, and our cells are easily accepting it. So the nutrients are being absorbed with no problem because our body recognizes what it's receiving. So of course, when you have something synthetic, there's kind of a little bit of a miscommunication happening there, and the body's questioning, what is this, and why do I have to go through so much trouble to digest this? So that's where we want to always go to and try the natural alternative to something first as our first line of defense. And if for any reason we need to take it a step further and escalate that, then so be it. But the chemical components in the oil speak to our bodies, right? So if you are smelling an oil, it triggers the limbic system. It triggers the system to react in a certain way. So your oils, smelling them can actually affect your mood. So whether you're putting a drop of oil in your palm and breathing it in, or if you're using a diffuser, and a diffuser is a really cool gadget to where you put your water in there, you add your oil, and you plug it in. What that does is it disperses the air into a fine mist, into tiny little particles that we can breathe in. When we breathe in those particles, it's a mixture of moisture with the oil in it, goes into the lungs, your lungs are absorbing it, and it's getting into your bloodstream and servicing every single cell of your body. All right, so that helps with receiving the oil aromatically. Our moods are affected because when we smell something, it triggers a memory And it also triggers a chemical component there within the brain that releases, it tells your body to react a certain way. So it just helps your body to produce the natural chemical we already have, rather than introducing a new chemical to work in its place, if that makes any sense. Okay, so triggering your body to do what it does best, because it's amazing how we were created. Our bodies were literally created to heal itself, and all it needs most of the time is just a little bit of help doing that. So triggering the body to react the way it's supposed to is really what we're wanting to go for. Using your diffuser also helps to purify the air. So as it's going through the air, because of the cleansing properties of the oils, remember there's chemical components to the oils. It's cleansing. There's antibacterial, antiviral properties to these. So it's actually cleaning your air as you're breathing it in. So it's much better than those sprays that we use to like the Lysol or anything that we're spraying in there, because it has that toxin in it as well. It's not anything you actually want to breathe in, because it's not going to work. It's not going to affect your body very well. So if you're trying to clean your air, purify your air, if you're trying to make it smell good, simply replacing things like your plugins or your scented candles, the sprays that you get at the store and so on, with a diffuser that's actually providing therapeutic benefit while it does those things is going to be key. Topically, we apply our oils topically to the skin or on the bottom of our feet. All right. So, and this is, as you start using oils, this is a choice that you decide how you best want to utilize it. Okay. I always encourage that everybody have a diffuser in their home so that the entire family can benefit. And again, you're also cleansing your air. But topically, sometimes it's going to be ideal when maybe you have a sore muscle or joint pain or anything like that, or you're trying to address something physically that might hurt. Topically is going to be, and it works very, very fast. I mean, it enters the bloodstream within 30 seconds, so you're getting the effects very, very quickly. And let's see here. You can pretty much apply your oils topically anywhere you'd like. But most people, if you're not sure where to apply it, you just apply it to the bottom of your feet, because no matter where you put it, again, it's going to enter into the bloodstream and it's going to be delivered to where it needs to go. Diluting, however, your oils before applying them to your skin is really, really important, because remember, again, these are concentrated forms, so they're very powerful, very potent. So we want to dilute the essential oil with a fatty oil. We call that a carrier oil, okay? So what we're doing is we're taking our essential oil and we're adding either fractionated coconut oil or grapeseed oil, something that we would normally cook with, right? Your fatty oil, fat-based, soluble. You blend that and you roll that, you massage that right onto your skin. The reason we want to dilute is because we want to create a nice base before applying to the skin as a protectant for anybody who might just have very sensitive skin. I personally have sensitive skin and I've never reacted to an oil, but it can happen, right? If you're applying something straight onto the skin, then you might get a small irritation, but by blending it in with the dilutant, then you're minimizing any type of skin sensitivity. Not to mention, the oils do evaporate. So when you combine it with the fractionated coconut oil or with your carrier oil, what you're doing is you're binding it to that fat. When you apply it, it's helping it to cling on and to readily absorb rather than just evaporate out. So you don't really want to waste the oil, right? You want it to just cling on there so that it absorbs properly. And then, of course, you're able to massage that over a larger area when you're diluting your oils with the carrier. Internally, so with doTERRA's oils, because they're pure, let's say you take a bottle of lemon essential oil, you would expect that if it's lemon and it's pure that you'd be able to ingest it. And you can. As long as the bottle says supplemental facts, then you know that that is an oil that is safe to ingest. So if you've ever bought an oil from anywhere else, if you've bought it on Amazon or if you've bought it on you know, at the grocery store, Whole Foods, please look at your bottle, even if it says lemon, to read whether or not it is safe to ingest, because chances are it's not. If you pick up a bottle of lemon essential oils and you cannot ingest it, it's because it's not just lemon in that bottle. All right, so that's kind of a disclaimer there, right? It's like a little warning. Unless it says supplemental fact, it is not to be ingested, which is another reason why I only trust doTERRA, because I know that what it says is what it is. All right, so consume as a dietary supplement for targeted wellness, supportive to the body systems, and you can add a drop to your favorite dish for exceptional flavor. And I love doing that. I love cooking with my oils. 1 drop of lemon in my chicken is amazing. So my kids love when I make lemon chicken for them. With 1 drop, they say, "Mommy, this is amazing lemon chicken." And I say, "You could taste that?" I know I can, but it's just amazing what 1 drop can do. Oregano, not even a whole drop of oregano in your spaghetti sauce, and it's absolutely amazing. So we'll get to oregano in a little bit, because there are some therapeutic benefits I would love to share with you about that. So with all things, there's always a side for caution, right? Always use safety when using anything. So of course, keep out of your eyes, ears, nose, and other sensitive areas, okay? Diluting with fractionated coconut oil is key, not water. So if, for instance, you accidentally get it into your eyes and you need to, you know, your first instinct is to go wash it out. Well, water will drive your oil deeper in and amplify its effect. So you don't want to dilute your eyes out with water. You actually want to use coconut oil. Okay, so use your carrier to wash out. Oil always dilutes oil. Remember, water and oil don't mix, so it's only going to push it in deeper. So to relieve any type of, if you've accidentally spilled your bottle or anything like that, then you'll want to add your coconut oil. And then always look at the labels just to verify and make sure before putting anything in your water or ingesting any of them. Make sure that it actually says supplemental fats. Okay, and let's see here. Lastly, when using internally, you need to use a glass or stainless steel bottle. And the reason for that is because, remember, these oils are very cleansing to the system. Okay, so they help to remove toxins from the body extremely well. So if you think about that, if you were to put your drop of oil, sorry about that, if you were to put your drop of oil into your plastic bottle, the same way that it strips out toxins from our body, it's doing the same thing with that plastic. So any kind of chemical or anything that's in the vessel that you're putting it in, your plastic, it's stripping out those toxins, and then you're just drinking it right into your water. So that's why it's important to remember to use glass and stainless steel, only because the oils will break down and remove toxins. Lemon is amazing at cleaning out the system. Lemon essential oil is your filter support, right? This cleanses out your kidneys, your lymphatic system, your digestive system. It's all things cleansing, all right? So just keep that in mind with your citrus oils. It's also very good for cleaning surfaces, and whether it's, you know, in your kitchen, if you're, you know, trying to clean, I put mine in a water bottle with a little bit of vinegar, and I use it as my in place of Windex. I wash my windows with it, and it comes out streakless, right? Squeaky clean. There we go. And it just makes the house smell amazing. And then of course, it's one of the ones that I'm going to put in my diffuser when I want to smell like I've cleaned my house. So just a nice oil to freshen up the air after you've cooked, or you're trying to remove an odor. That's going to be amazing. But this also helps to support focus as well. People who have maybe depression or anything like that, or anyone wanting to support weight loss or any kind of digestive support. So if you have a sluggish digestive system, then lemon in your water is going to be absolutely amazing and refreshing, and to help clean things out and just so that things remain working as they should. So it's very uplifting. So any citrus oil that you breathe in is going to uplift your spirits. So it's like that feeling after we have cleaned our house and it just smells so good. It makes you feel good, right? Because when you smell something just refreshing, it just puts you in a really good mood. So that's going to be your go-to oil when you are wanting just a nice pick-me-up. Lavender essential oil is all things calming. So if we have stress or anxiety, think about anything that we would need to be calm from, right? So like if we're in this state of mind up here where we're like really angry and we just need to just take a deep breath and just relax and just come back down to a more calmer state, lavender is going to be your go-to oil. This is actually the #1 oil for sleep. So anyone struggling with insomnia or just not able to really get into that state of relaxation right before bedtime, this is going to be an amazing oil for that as well. So adding your lavender into your diffuser and setting it at your bedside is going to be very nice and relaxing. I always encourage 30 minutes before bed, to turn that on just to get your body into that nice relaxed state of mind to help you start easing down. This is great for kids as well. So, and it's one of those soft, gentle oils. So this is safe to be diffused around, a baby, kids. And keep in mind that these oils are very therapeutic for anyone and everyone, whether they're babies, children, male, female, elderly, and even pets. So, a lot of us have pets as children as well. And we want to make sure that we're also providing something nice for them that's nice and relaxing too. I actually use lavender before I give my dog a bath because he has lots of anxiety before I put him in the water. So those are other options there as well. So remember, helping to ease feelings of tension. It's all things calming, so that includes your skin. So if you get a bug bite, swelling on the skin, maybe irritation or inflammation on the skin, eczema, things like that, lavender is going to be great for applying to help calm even the skin. Peppermint, as you heard earlier, is a very powerful, potent oil. 1 drop is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. It's amazing for helping to reduce feelings of bloating, the gassy stomach, upset, occasional indigestion, things like that. It's also amazing for respiratory support. This oil here, oh my goodness, is one of our favorites here in our home because there are times where my kids have had stuffy noses, and especially with my older one having allergies. 1 drop in his palm, and he just breathes that in, and it completely just opens up your sinuses, completely opens it up. So it helps to reduce inflammation as well. So if you're struggling with breathing because your nose is inflamed and closed, it just reduces the inflammation to help open that up so that you can breathe a little bit better. Okay, so great for sinus headaches, tension, anything like that. It's one of those oils that's your go-to if you have allergies, along with a couple others that I'm going to share with you here in just a second. If you're like me and you get a little bit of neck pain or headache due to stress, then peppermint is going to be your go-to for applying into those areas to help with relaxing that pain. Along with your lavender, you could even apply that along with that too to help calm the side effect of the stress. You know how that works, right? Sometimes when we have an emotion, it affects the body somehow because everything's connected. So when we have an emotion, emotionally, physically, we start to feel it in the body. Peppermint is amazing for that. It's also great when you're as a breath freshener and in your water. Melaleuca is known as tea tree oil. For most people, you hear it, stated that way. So tea tree oil, Melaleuca. This is actually the leaf part of the plant, and it's amazing for cleansing. So this is cleansing support for the system, skin as well. lavender and melaleuca together combined is an amazing duo for skin. Great for kids as well. Diaper rash, things like that. Great for your scalp, cleansing for your scalp, whether it's dry scalp or anything. But it's also very amazing for the immune system. Great immune support, and it's also great for yeast. So if I've had people put that maybe on their toenail to help with a fungal thing going on their toenail. So anything in the bathroom, sometimes we get a little bit of that mold build up. This is great for that. If you diffuse it, then you're actually also killing off any mold spores that are in the air. Okay, so that's an amazing, great oil for cleansing things out, but also boosting the immune system. If you have a sore throat, this is one of those that you can gargle. You could actually apply it to the throat as well to help support that. And it's actually one of the oils that I added to my son's allergy blend as well. So peppermint and melaleuca so far, lavender and lemon. Those are going to be your go-to if you have any allergy issues. Then just mixing them up together and either diffusing them or applying it topically is going to be great for helping support that. Oregano is nature's antibiotic, basically. It's a powerful, powerful, powerful oil, right? This oil you probably won't use as much because when you're using your oil daily, you're probably going to avoid needing an antibiotic more than likely. However, if you do catch something that's going around or you come down with something, this is where you pull out the oregano. All right, your first line of defense though is melaleuca. That's your cleansing oil, and it's like when you first get those first signs of something coming on, you grab your melaleuca. But if you get hit hard and you're like, oh boy, I'm probably going to need to go see the doctor, then the oregano is the one that you want to pull out. So it's very effective in killing bacteria. So it's so effective in killing bacteria that you can only use this for a maximum of 10 days at a time, the way you would an antibiotic, because it is also going to kill off good bacteria. It's not going to discriminate between good and bad, so it's just going to wipe it all out, right? So after using your oregano, you're going to want to follow that up with a probiotic to help replace those good bacteria back into the stomach. All right, but this right here is an amazing oil. It's oregano, so when using it, you're going to smell like a salad, but that's okay. You apply this one to the bottom of your feet and you put your socks on, and then you won't have to smell it. So, but it's considered a hot oil, so that's one that you want to dilute really well before applying it topically. This oil does say supplemental fact on the bottle, which means that it is safe to be used internally. However, it is considered a very hot oil. So if adding to your water and drinking it, it's going to burn. So that's not the way we want to use oregano internally. We can add oregano into a little veggie gel cap or a veggie cap, and that's, we can help, I'm sorry, I'm getting distractions at the bottom here. Adding a little bit with olive oil into a gel cap and making your own little capsules, and then just taking it internally that way would be the way that you would want to use that. If you accidentally ingest an oil that's really hot, then you can drink a little bit of milk to help dilute that, and that'll help settle things down. But oregano is also great for cooking, as I mentioned before, so just a little bit. You can actually dip a little bit of a toothpick into your oregano and stir that right into your spaghetti sauce, and it will taste absolutely amazing. That's a great oil. Combine your oregano with your melaleuca, and you have a powerhouse combination there. So those two work amazingly well together. And I mean, I can't remember the last time we've been sick. I'm a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 2, and my 2 younger ones are still living at home, and they've not gotten a flu shot. They haven't been sick. I haven't taken them to a doctor probably in, I would say probably a year and a half. they just don't get sick. And this past year, this past flu season, they would come home and they say, Mom, all of my friends are getting sick. Like everybody around them, they were all out of school. You know, there's barely anybody there because everybody was coming down with the flu or getting the stomach bug and things like that. And my kids were perfectly fine. They did not miss any school days. I was just using our oils daily, and they were the only ones out of very few that were actually at school. So it's very, very powerful. Frankincense is your king of all oils. This is actually the oil that got me into using doTERRA. Well, it's the oil that led me into essential oils, period, right? So frankincense is amazing cellular support. And as I said earlier, what led me into looking for natural options was the fact that I had a tumor. And that research took me into how to support my body at a cellular level. And that brought me to frankincense. There's tons of studies out there on the amazingness of frankincense and what it does to the body at a cellular level, how it supports our cells, and the effects of it. I highly encourage you to research that. Look up those frankincense studies to see for yourself how amazing just introducing these oils. They work at a cellular level. It's one of the very few things that breaks the blood-brain barrier. So it's amazing support for the brain. Great for focus, anxiety, stress, and it's anti-aging, great for your wrinkles. You know, I actually was applying this to my forehead when I first started using this for relaxation and to just stop my mind from racing. And after about a week, I noticed that the lines on my forehead were diminished. My forehead was looking great. And I was wondering, why is this happening and how? And I researched a little bit more about frankincense because that's the only oil I was actually putting on my forehead. And it has anti-aging properties. And so people use it for our wrinkles. So it's pretty nice side effect, right? So when we think of side effects, we're not going to get side effects from using essential oils, not the negative ones anyway, but we will get lots of great ones. We're focusing in one area and we see the effects in other areas because we've used the oil. And so frankincense is the king of all oils. When you're not sure what to use, you pull out your frankincense, it's going to cover quite a bit. It's anti-inflammatory, so it's great for applying to anything that hurts. I actually put a drop under my tongue daily, and number one, that helps keep things working great, but it's also great hormonal support as well. I used to suffer from hormone headaches. I used to get headaches a lot that were triggered by my hormone imbalance, and this was the only thing that actually helped with getting rid of those headaches, because I was addressing the root cause of what was happening. So that's another thing about these oils, is that they're not a Band-Aid effect. They're going to get to the source, to the cell, to the root of whatever's happening, and they're going to address things there at that level. So that's going to work tremendously in many different areas. You can use this in your diffuser, topically, internally under your tongue. You can put it in a veggie cap and take it that way. It's known as an enhancer oil. So when you blend frankincense with any of the other oils, what it's going to do is amplify the effects of the oil you blended it with. So it's an amazing companion oil to whatever it is that you're using, for whatever purpose you're using it for. Your digestive support oil is amazing for helping with decreasing any kind of digestive issue, whether it be acid reflux, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, gas, anything like that, heartburn, you name it. If you could put a drop in your water and you can drink it, or you can apply it topically. One of the things that my kids absolutely love is the fact that I don't actually have to make them drink anything when I'm helping them with something that's going on. They could apply something topically and they feel better. They love that, because how many times do we try and give our kids a medicine and it's nasty, they don't want to take it, and it's just the hardest thing to do, right? So, but applying something or even just diffusing it, and all of a sudden they feel better, they absolutely love that. But your digest then is a proprietary blend of oils that are combined together to work synergistically. So they work together to amplify one another to work for something specific. And for in this scenario, we have a blend of different, we have ginger in there, peppermint, caraway, coriander, amazing oils. Fennel is in there. So if you think about how each oil works by itself, it handles many, many, many different things. So even though this says digestive blend, if you have sinus pressure or a sinus headache, applying a little bit to the face over your sinuses or behind the ears actually helps to alleviate that sinus headache and sinus pressure because of the oils that are in there that work differently. So that's your digestive blend. And then, of course, you have your breathe. So your respiratory support, this is all things lungs, right? So, bronchitis, asthma, snoring. This is amazing for snoring. Oh, my goodness. I put this in the diffuser, and I set it next to my husband's bedside, and no more snoring. So this is great for sleep apnea, things like that, all things respiratory support. So again, applying it to the diffuser or even to your palms and just breathing that in. One of the tricks that I like to share with Breathe essential oils is that when you apply a drop to your palm, you could actually make a homemade inhaler. And you can do that by just simply cupping your palm and making like a little inhaler here. And you empty your lungs, and then you're going to breathe in the breathe. So you're just going to and bring that deep down into the lungs, and you're going to hold it there, and that helps to open up the lungs. It releases, it decreases the inflammation and things like that that are in there. And because this actually has melaleuca, it has lemon, and eucalyptus and cardamom, all of those are amazing oils to help support respiratory health, but they're very cleansing oils as well. So they're, whatever it is that's contaminating or triggering the issue in the first place is being addressed at that at the root. So that I've had plenty of asthmatics that have thanked me over and over for this oil. This has been a tremendous help. They've actually been able to lay down in bed at night without actually coughing, which is something that's very normal for them to have to do with asthma. Deep Blue is another proprietary blend, and this is amazing muscle and joint support. Anything that hurts, whether you have a headache, your neck is hurting, back pain, anybody in sports, aging, great for growing pains as well. Sometimes, kids complain of their legs hurting from growing. You can just apply a little bit of that on that for additional support. So you can rub this onto your low back muscles after heavy lifting or anything like that. It's a great massage, great for your feet as well, anything that hurts. This right here has been amazing for my son who's in martial arts and me who works from home, and I'm constantly looking down at my computer or on my phone, and you get that strain in the back of your neck. This works wonders. So that is your Deep Blue. Peppermint is a driver oil. So if you were to apply your Deep Blue over something that's hurting, and then you apply your frankincense to amplify it, and just roll on a little bit of peppermint, that's going to help to drive that oil and just kind of amplify into the deep tissue. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Your On Guard is your protective blend. On Guard essential oil is, I would probably say, one of the most used oils here in my home, and because it's all things immune support and protection, right? This helps literally to boost or build up that shield of protection around you. This, when you diffuse it into the air, it's literally helping to cleanse the air, purify the air. It's killing off bacteria. Studies have shown that this kills 99.9% of bacteria, whether it be on surfaces or in the air. There have actually been science projects done with On Guard versus Clorox and a few other things that actually On Guard not only killed more bacteria, but it outlasted. It actually lasted 7 days longer than anything else. So this has been absolutely amazing. So this is something that would be great for boosting your immune system, supporting the body's natural antioxidant defenses, and cleaning your air. So it's great respiratory support as well. So all of those oils that I just mentioned are actually the top 10 most used, frequently used oils. And just to give you an idea, those top 10 oils actually can be used over 150 different ways, right? So if you think about that, that's like replacing your medicine cabinet and addressing 80% of your health concerns right at home. You're talking, you're replacing your first aid, so if, you get a burn or anything like that, you can simply apply your lavender and melaleuca and address that there as well. But we're talking stress, anxiety, fatigue, so great energy support with peppermint and the lemon essential oil that's in there. You're addressing allergies, respiratory issues, your thyroid, your endocrine system, your hormones, memory, you name it, the circulation, pain, digestive support, detoxing. All of these oils, because they are so amazing at cleansing, they're great to use in any kind of detox program that you're trying to do. So if you are trying to lose weight, if you're trying to quit eating sugar or anything like that, if you're just trying to cleanse the digestive system, then these oils are going to be absolutely beneficial for that. One of the things that I started on early on is actually our supplements. Even though doTERRA is the #1 essential oil company in the world, our #1 selling product is actually our vitamins, our supplements. And with good reason. This actually has a 30-day money-back guarantee, so they are guaranteed to work. So that speaks volumes if this is an essential oil company and this is our #1 selling product. There are essential oils that are infused into these vitamins, but they're also whole food based. So you're getting on top of your vitamins and your minerals that are, of course, all in there. This also has whole foods. So you have your kale, spinach, broccoli. It has, all kinds of amazingness in there as a base, but also has pomegranate, turmeric, and a few other things that are just absolutely amazing. It's natural. It's all whole food, plant-based vitamin in veggie caps. And you could either get this in the vegan or in the regular one. This actually has the E-omega, which is your fish oil, and your alpha CRS, your cellular vitality. So this is huge immune boosting because of the mix and the blend of oils and everything that's in it. You're actually helping to support and balance the body, its overall physical wellness as well as emotional well-being, because the reason our gut health is so crucial to even our emotions, right? Anxiety and things like that. That this balances even that. It balances out your moods. It helps reducing anxiety. It provides energy. So if you're feeling sluggish or anything like that, it's cleansing to the system. It's providing your vitamin D as well. Vitamin D is huge. It's crucial for maintaining things in balance. So much of our systems are affected when just simply our vitamins are off. We're not getting the proper supplementation in our food, so we need to provide put that back in with our supplements. So that's what this does, and it's absolutely amazing. It doesn't take long to feel the effects. After a week of using this, you already feel different, which is why they put their money on those 30 days. If this is something that you're not feeling anything with, or you're not experiencing anything different, then you just get your money back. But I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So with that being said, I want to share with you how to get started with your natural journey, right? So there's no obligation or anything to buy anything, but if you are somebody watching this that you are ready to take that step and say, I really want to start feeling better. I'm tired of feeling tired. I'm, You know, tired of having these aches and pains. I have so many things going on and I just want to feel better. And I go to the doctor and it's just not working. It is time to start making those changes over. And it's just as simple as little changes here and there and implementing something within your daily routine that's going to help with removing your toxins from your home. The things that you breathe in, the things you're cleaning with, the things that you're cooking with, things that we're eating. This literally helps to clear out the body, to reset the body, and to help the body work the way it's supposed to, okay? So the lifestyle change, this is actually a nice bundled kit. This is our #1 selling kit with doTERRA. It's called the Natural Solutions Kit. This has all of the oils that I just talked about. It has the carrier oil, natural alternatives for even your toothpaste. If you look at your toothpaste and read the back of that, what it has on there, you see that it's toxic, right? It tells you to call poison control if you accidentally ingest and so on. This actually has essential oils infused into it as well, so it's amazing oral health. You have your, hand wash, which is the On Guard line. So remember what I said about the On Guard. Not only are you washing your hands with something that's going to kill germs, but it's also boosting your immune system at the same time. So it's amazing how it's amazing how it works. This is concentrated, so this bottle will last you a while, about 6 months. It comes with 2 dispensers. You'll probably fill each of these up 2 or 3 times each with that. It goes a long way. You get your diffuser, your lifelong vitality pack. That's your foundation, right? Your foundational support. When you're taking your vitamins, you're actually providing a place. You're providing the best environment within your body to readily accept and absorb the nutrients that you're adding in with all of the oils and things like that. So it's priming your body to work at its best. You get this cute, super cute little wooden storage box here to put all of your oils in there. You get your carrier oil, your Deep Blue rub. Deep Blue has its own line as well because it's just amazing muscle and joint support. So you get the cream there that you could apply to those areas. All right, so you got your probiotic and your added supplements there. So with everything that I mentioned, this kit right here covers all of it. And when you start using your oils, we sit down, you're going to sit down with the person who introduced you to this or invited you to watch this video to go over as a refresher when you get your kit. Let's open your kit and let's go over everything and let's customize it to meet your needs specifically and your family's needs. So that's an amazing way to get started. Connect with the person who invited you to watch this for pricing, because I am in the United States and pricing here in the United States is very different than pricing in Europe. So I encourage you to reach out to that individual. All right, and then there's a couple of other options for getting started. So that was your Natural Solutions Kit. Here's your Home Essentials Kit. This is a little less, as you can see, it only has the top 10 oils, but it's also a great way to get started. And you do get a diffuser with that. All right, so these are the larger bottles. These are 15 ml. Your next option would be the smaller bottles. So these have your top 10 oils, a couple of added things for support here, but it doesn't have a diffuser. So of course, it's going to depend on what your budget is, how you get started. If you're able or in your place to be able to invest right now within, for your health, the lifestyle change kit is the one that I would recommend to get started. This right here, hands down, is the way to get started if you're serious about wanting to start feeling better. But I understand that things happen within, we need to, we just maybe can't afford that right now. If you're one of those that needs to start with a smaller kit, it's completely okay. Start with a smaller kit and you just add in later on whatever it is that you're missing and add to that kit. All right, so you do have another option. The Aroma Touch kit comes with a diffuser. It has I think 8 of the top 10 oils in this one, and along with a couple of other ones. And this kit is amazing if your primary focus is just, you've got a lot of aches and pains in the body, lots of inflammation, stress, and anxiety. This is a great kit to get started with. And it also comes with that diffuser. So this is the same price as this one that doesn't have the diffuser, but this is the top 10 oil kit. All right. So those are your kit options. Great ways to get started. If you have any questions about anything that we've gone over, please reach out. Let us know if you have any questions, and we will absolutely be very, very happy to address that with you. So congratulations on making a decision to get started if that's what you're doing. We welcome you. Thank you so much for participating and watching our class. Bye-bye.